Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner on my hard mode challenge. I'm in the Zimnegorsk garage. The only other truck in here actually I may as well retain for a minute because I'm not planning on doing anything with it just yet. But what I am going to do, as I suggested in the last episode I might, is I am going to pay to deploy this big fuel bunker basically. It's my International A-Star 5600 and it's got a full fuel add-on, which I think is 2,800 litres, and I need fuel on this map. It's going to cost me 3,500 to deploy it, but given the cost of fuel in Tamir, that's cheap. Even if I end up filling it up from any excess fuel that's left on this map and retaining it again, that's still cheap fuel because it's got 2,800 litres in there, and I think the cheapest fuel in Tamir is $6 per litre. So yeah, it makes economic sense to do that. And all I'm going to do is park it. It'll probably end up where the fuel trailer ahead of us is, but I'm just going to put it kind of in a convenient enough location. I need to put 200 litres of fuel back in that fuel carrier because I now know where it needs to be delivered. So I'm going to jump into the croc. And it just so happens that if I do refueling on the croc into the empty fuel carrier, I've got 130 in the croc itself, and then I've got 60 in the croc's roof rack, 190. So I need to find another 10. Yeah. Bit of juggling to get the correct amount, but the main thing then is that the Paystar, you've got to be in the Paystar's cab to be able to use its fuel add-on. Right, so that puts 15 in, and then so I'm juggling a little bit here because I want to try and get as close to, there we go. So that now puts 205 litres, so I'm only wasting 5 litres. And that fuel carrier I now know needs to be delivered. Jump back into the Paystar and use the Paystar to refuel the croc. So I can't. Yeah, it's not as convenient as a trailer, is it? Because I can't fill the croc's roof or supply unit from this trailer. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It changes my plan slightly. All it means is I am going to fill the fuel carrier and not bother with delivering it. I wasn't going to deliver it today anyway, but I'll fill the fuel carrier, put the Paystar over here out the way, and then I'll use the fuel carrier trailer for the convenience of not having to jump into the Paystar to refuel things. And it's impossible to put, if you've only got the vehicle with an add-on, that's something I've just learned. It's impossible to put fuel in the roof rack of another vehicle. Let's see if I can still change truck. That was too far away. So, crocodile, jump in, and now I'll refuel it, and I'll worry about getting 200 litres in there later. So I can now fill up the croc properly. And then the croc also has the repair points are full, 500. So I bought this add-on, and I'm going to go and look at the step to start with. I won't be able to completely repair it with one trip, but I'll be able to do most of its repairs with this trip. So we're going to run down, find the step. I do think I'm probably going to change the... make sure I don't miss the turn off. I did that last time. So it's here. I am probably going to change the tyres on this croc and see how the UOD2s go, because I have found, I've rolled it a couple of times, I have found that these tyres are a little bit unstable for this vehicle. So I might try the off-road UOD2s rather than these pure take-a-tyre mud tyres. And then in general, I'm not sure about this episode, but in general, what I think I'm going to be doing fairly soon is focus on finishing the Rift map complete, because it's got quite a lot of fuel on it, and it's a fairly self-contained map, and I think once you've finished it, it releases quite a lot of fuel that you can bring out and use for other maps, and not have any reason to go back in there, because it's a sort of cul-de-sac map at the end of its own little trail. So yeah, I'm probably going to focus on finishing Rift. Croc just being washed sideways slightly. That's alright. Not driven this with this service add-on before. Not sure what its performance will be like in comparison. One of the reasons for getting this step, apart from the fact it's a task I just want to get done, another reason for doing the step, well, the croc is a step as well, so when I say step, when recovering the step, I mean the 310E. Sorry if that wasn't clear earlier. Is that it's a small truck, well, it's described as Tager's little brother, but it's a relatively small truck, and I'm interested in whether or not it's a candidate to take into Rift for doing contracts, because I'm assuming like the big Azov, I doubt if I would get around the little rock ledge that you have to traverse to get into Rift from Quarry. Right, I can just see the 310E beyond the rock. Not far away now. Quite sticky stuff to get through though. Engine off. Select the correct task. So I only have 500 repair points and it needs 540, so I'm not going to be able to fully do it on this trip. Repair. But I do want to at least make sure that it's gas tank, suspension, engine. Right, okay. So I wanted to make sure that the points went into the gas tank because I don't want it leaking fuel. It's only, and then I can do one more wheel. It's only got 3 wheels working. And it needs another 40 points of service points. And then I'm going to take this south because one of the reasons for doing this as well is that the Taiga's almost out of fuel. The Azov's got probably enough to get it home, but the Azov's got a job to do from here. It's got to pick up some metal beams and go home, and there's a chance that by the time it's loaded and struggled its way through some terrain, it won't have enough to do that. I also want to look at options to get past this bit of road, but so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring the crocodile probably down this road and into here for the resupply zone, because I can then fill up the service parts, go back and fix up that 310. And in the process, hopefully chuck a bit of fuel into the Taiga and start getting some more trucks back. So I'm not too bad on fuel at the moment for this one. I'm not gonna try towing. I don't want to burn fuel trying to tow that out while it's still only got 3 wheels. It's not going to be a fun thing. This croc is probably not big enough for that. So I'm just going to turn around, head back down that other road, and assuming I get no incidents doing that, I will meet you guys at the resupply zone and then back here. Just comparing the width wheel-wise of this with the Azov, and actually with these tyres on, they're not far off in terms of width. So maybe the Azov will go into the rift through that path. It's just, it's bigger, it's longer, but it's not massively wider. I need to move the Azov. I don't like this trailer on it anyway, so I need to move it. Just put it out of the way for a minute. It's a bit too far away. So, into the crocodile, repair points. So I chucked a bit of fuel out of my roof rack into the Taiga. So the Taiga's now got another 60 litres of fuel which puts it at about a third of a tank, which I'm sure is enough to get it back to the garage and the refueling logistics options it's got up there. Engine off, resupply. So $50 for a spare wheel. And then another 50. So it's the same cost. It's basically $2 per service part, which isn't and that's consistent from Michigan right through all of the maps that I've done so far. So at least, unlike fuel, they don't penalize you for that. So that's basically cost me $11.50 to restock, which I don't think is bad. Just make sure I did that properly. So spare wheel is full. Yeah, full. So this will be enough now to get that step repaired. I won't have enough fuel, but I can worry about that separately. So I'm just going to run this now back to the step 310E, and I'll see you guys there. Right, so I gotta say, with this service parts add-on, this thing drives alright. I don't have any concerns driving this at all. It's not bad at all. So repair now. So that, yeah, this will finish it. So that's 100% repaired now. 100% repaired, all wheels fixed, and it now just needs some fuel. So what's my fuel like? I've got 50 litres left. So what I'm going to do is, it needs 220, and I haven't got enough on this vehicle. But what I am going to do is put some from my roof rack. I must have put it from, yeah, I put it from the van body add-on into the Tega. And then I'm going to see if that's enough for me to... Oh, I put that in the wrong one, didn't I? Yeah. So I just stuck 20 litres just so the engine will run. What I'm going to do is attach a winch, start the engine, and see if I can pull this back using this truck. With the 310 providing a bit of support with its own engine power. Because I'm not just pulling a dead weight. Although it hasn't got a lot of fuel in it, it's got a little bit. And that might be enough to get me... Well, it'll certainly get me at least part way, as long as I don't run out in the crocodile. Try and get out enough to get some purchase. There's a big old boulder there that's stopping it. That'll do for now. I'm going to be coming past here with the Azov, because I think that that route that I've just driven to get down to the resupply zone and back up to here is a better route for the Azov with cargo than what I did in the previous episode, to go down there with the 2 concrete slabs. So I'm going to load up with 2 metal beams in a minute and bring the Azov up this same route. Let's see if I can now pull this up this ledge. That's handy. My wheels on the crocodile are digging into the logs, stopping me from being pulled backwards. So I'll leave that there now, because the Azov will be able to fit past it and has a lot more pulling power to get it moving. So I'll just get the crocodile back to the garage area so it's safe. I don't think I've got any other recovery jobs to do on this map. Right, so that's the crocodile fully refueled and back in the garage area. And just for tidiness, I'll put it in the garage. And it can stay there until it's next needed. And then I am going to jump into the Azov. So I'm going to turn it around. Like some lights on, it's coming into dusk. Just going to drag it to try and get it out of the way a bit. I'll do. I might nudge it in with a nose, but that'll do for now. I think I've got enough fuel in the Azov to get back. If not, Crocodile's well situated to do a small fuel rescue. So those little grey trailers, they've got stuff in them. Interesting. Those aren't trailers you can attach to. And that one looks like it's got cargo. I wonder if that's usable. I don't need it for now, so let's not get distracted. So if it is possible to get this big as of into the Rift, that'll make short work of the delivery tasks that need to be done in there. So I think it's worth a try. And pack. Right, so that used up way more fuel than I wanted it to. We may have a problem getting home. Although this is a pretty good truck for fuel consumption. So we'll see. Unfortunately, it is full dark though. Let's make sure I know where I'm going. No wrong turns. There, there. Exactly the same as we did before. And maybe snag that step on the way past. Right. Get as far as we can, if not all the way, then at least we'll get a long way. That's quite impressive that it pulled up that in high. Looks like I left the engine running on the step. Its lights are still on. Oh, that's wasted a bit of fuel. Surprised it hasn't run out by now. I didn't put much in it in the first place. I'm not too good on fuel, but I am gonna have a go at using the extra grunt that this Azov has got to pull this a bit further forward. Yeah, so it is attached. Now it's dark back there, you guys probably can't see it, but the Step 310E is attached. Step there, push on as far as I can until I run out of fuel, and then I'll use the crocodile to come and do a rescue of the Azov. But at least the step is pulled out of that bit. Although this river's not going to be much fun for it. Got my chin caught in the logs. Yes, the engine coughing and missing and spluttering and farting a bit now. Yep, that's fuel out. 3 litres. So now, I kind of knew that was going to happen, but the crocodile is well situated to come and get me now. Just while I'm in the crocodile, just briefly, take the autonomous winch. There was a comment from so it's classed as a scout, and I thought it might have been like a hybrid. Sorry, it can't, because it's classed as a truck, not a scout. So, although I think some of the later trucks are a little bit of a hybrid scout versus truck, and this one is definitely a truck, and it won't take the autonomous, unfortunately. It'd be really useful if it did. But yeah, thanks for the comment, as always. Right, let's get some fuel in that Azov. Some lights on. Right. Refuel. That's that one. It's pretty deep for the Azov, but the Azov just makes a lot lighter work of it. Although even the Azov's being pulled, drifted down the river. Could do with it not being quite so dark, really, because this is all probably not great. But I am going to pull, while I'm here with the big truck, and it's a convenient winch point sat in that river, I'm going to pull the step down, if I can, and use the Azov to get the step over that water, because I think the crocodile will struggle to pull it. A little bit of light sky coming in, that doesn't hurt. So how much fuel is in? Right, so the step 310 is almost empty. So I've just chucked everything out of there and see if that's enough to get us. Start the engine. That is enough, actually. See how the trailer is on the other truck is being washed. Wrong winch point. Just get the croc safe. But you see how that trailer's been washed downstream? Good physics. Right. Leave the croc alone. I hope that's enough for me to reach with a winch onto the... It might not be. Into the Azov. Engine on. Can I reach to that? Yes. All I'm going to do is now hope that the Azov can brute strength its way to pulling that across. Don't care about engine damage going on that step 310 at the moment, because I had to get it through the water, and because it's a recovery, because it's a rescue job, it's got quite a lot of cab damage, so I will pay in the garage to do a full repair on it if it's a truck I'm going to use. And I'm not going to reject using it. I don't know what its spit out capabilities are like yet. Right. Can we get a bit of speed going? Nope. Can't manage auto. Can't manage high. Can we manage auto? Right, so we're definitely not going to get into Rift in this episode, but I do feel that getting this metal delivery plus the 310E recovery done is a good bit of progress. There's a bit more to do on Zimnegorsk, but not a lot. It may end up being finish Zimnegorsk and backtrack out of Zimnegorsk. And unlike the other maps, other regions, I might end up putting, like, working back towards the first map and finishing Drownedlands last, basically. Right. So that's. Let's just dump my cargo. So, metal beams, unload, unload. That's metal delivery completed, 2,300. Good stuff. And then, just going to drag this close enough to the fuel trailer to be able to dump some fuel into it. Which probably means putting my red trailer out of the way for a minute. Oh, I'll tell you what. I've just had a thought. Maybe this would have been the easier way to do it. Drop trailer. Can I reach out with a fuel carrier from here? Yes. So that's the Azov pull. Could I have pulled, without doing any repairs on it, could I have pulled this step onto this repair ramp and fixed it? Driving around there with the handbrake on. It's weird. Let's just refuel this from the Azov for now. I've got to repair it, have I? Because I did some engine damage to it. Truck recovery. Start tracking. Yeah, I did some engine damage bringing it through that water. So I can't... I don't own it until I repair it now. Again. Easy. Let's just get it done. Let's just get it done, then I can wrap the episode with that. But just for my own interest, I want to know for future reference whether I can use this repair ramp. Don't even know if these ramps are enabled in hard mode. I've never tried using one. And I don't know anything about them other than the fact that I have seen on other people's playthroughs them using this type of ramp to repair a truck. But I would have half expected it to have a yellow box around it if that was the thing. Right, so they're both on top. Back her up. Right, so engine off. Repair. What are my choices here? Band body add-on. Spare wheel. Yeah, so I can't... And there's no option with C. There's no yellow box around it, so... Okay, fine, I'm not going to mess around anymore. Repair. Band body add-on. Step is fully repaired. It's in. I used up some of its fuel. Got to turn its engine off so that I can refuel it and stop it. Engine off. Then refuel. Done. Finally. I made that a lot harder than it needs to be. But that is now mine. Change truck into the Azov. Because I just want to see the capabilities of that step. And to do that, I need to take off the sideboard bed and the Russian loading crane. Because I've only got one, I don't want to buy them for this step. And then switch into the step, which is now mine. I quite like the look of it. I know it needs to be repaired, but it's quite a smart looking vehicle. Right then, so I am going to pay to fix that beating up. So that's going to cost me $2,500, which is basically what I earned to recover it. And then what I want to check, so it's already got a pretty good engine. That one I could buy, and then these two are, oh, okay, so that one is unlockable in Tamer, I just haven't found it yet. But it's already got an S-Class engine with quite a good fuel consumption rating. I could stick a off-road gearbox, I've got one in stock. It's got raised suspension, I've already recovered that, so I'll install that. But therefore it could take probably UOD2s if I decide to do anything with it. I'd have to buy a winch or take one off another truck. Let's have a look. If I stick the loading crane on, oh, so unlike the Tiger can't do that. That's interesting. I'm sure it won't be able to do trailers, but let's have a look and confirm that. Because the Tiger can't take a crane and a sideboard bed at the same time, I'm sure. I will double check that when I get the Tiger back to the garage, but I'm just gonna see if I can attach that red trailer. It's only got highway tyres, which is why it's struggling so much even in just this trivial little bit of mud. It'll be easier actually to take it into the trailer store and see what it's capable of. Not buying any trailers, but that's quite a long overhang, isn't it, from the tow bar? So I'm sure it won't take trailers. Install that on, stop you taking trailers. And that's the same for flatbed. Oh no. Sideboard trailer. Yeah, so it won't. It's too close. So, which is a bit weird because it kind of could. It just wouldn't have a good turning circle. But anyway, it would work as a standalone 2-slot, small, self-loading vehicle. It would do that job, and that might be all I need for the Rift map. So I'm going to keep that as a backup option because it's a small enough vehicle that I'm sure it's fairly easy to take in. For now, I'll just take those off again so that it can be installed back onto the Azov. But yeah, interesting. And then it can pretty much take most of the rest of the modules. It wouldn't have been able to take the seismic anyway. But, you know, you can even do logging if you wanted it to. High and low saddle. Some of these recoveries, it just feels like it'd be easier to use a truck with this towing platform. Get it back broken, fix it. It can do medium logging as well. But I wonder if it can do medium logging and have a trailer. Or I could just use it as my log loader when I come to do logging on this map. It's a small enough vehicle that if I'm not using it for anything else, I may as well put the log loader on there. So, okay. I haven't spent any money on it other than the repair. I'm going to retain it again for now. Stick those two add-ons back on until I work out what I'm going to do. That's just the default configuration for this truck. But yeah, so we're in the garage, but I'm going to leave it here. I think we've got enough done in the episode. I'm fairly happy recovering that truck and getting the steel metal delivery done. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. But in the meantime, thank you very much and goodbye.